Ooh, how do you know that you have met the one? The one.
Um, I think the first thing I want to say is I don't believe in having or seeing. I don't believe in the one. I believe in um, like being compatible with someone and working together at this relationship if our values align and that's what we both want. However, there's the only certain thing in life is death. I always say it. So being together with someone is just not certain. Like anything in the world, there are so many things that could happen. And I feel like when someone has the idea of the one in their head, it basically means they end up losing themselves. So I will put everything into this relationship um, because you are here and now, knowing that anything could happen. But for now, I know that we fit so well together. Like it just our values align, our habits don't align actually, but we well, it's an important thing because they don't align at all. But we put everything in to make sure that we almost fit each other like a puzzle. We both put the effort in, we both give, and we both receive an equal amount. So when I say I don't believe in the one, it's just that anything can happen. I don't know. Aliens could come, for example. I don't know, but I need to make sure that I'm putting effort into my relationship with you, but also effort into myself. Um, yeah,
I I completely agree. I think the concept of the one is just a romanticized
Disney film.
Disney
I
film
hate Disney.
nonsense. I don't think there's a the one. I think there's two people that are willing to put the work in.
Yeah,
If you find another person that's willing to put the work in, that is the one relationship. And
yeah,
then when that stops, and it's fine because I think there's something weirdly romantic about things being finite. The only certainty is there. I think I was thinking about my tattoos a lot. The reason why I love my tattoos and trying to make it a unique story is that I also love the idea that they're gonna die with me.
mm,
I was like, this is it. You're gonna experience this work of art within my lifetime, and then, poof. And I think the idea of scarcity, if we look at the world, it increases value of stuff. If a resource is scarce, it increases value. And I think the the one conversation puts an immense amount of pressure,
yeah,
because if you made that and you truly believe that you found the one, and then that person just stops putting the work in, you can find yourself in a toxic relationship,
yeah,
because now you're gonna make, you're not making a proportional amount of compromises. You think that if you think this is the one, if you can't, if this doesn't work, you're just gonna die alone. And it's a very sad way.
yeah,
You're just afraid, and you're gonna walk on eggshells, and you're gonna accept
yeah,
things that you shouldn't accept. So yes, I don't believe in the one. I believe in two people willing to make it work. And
yeah,
as long as that's happening, a relationship can be,
yeah.
until death do us apart,
Yeah,
or until it
exactly.
just doesn't work.
Exactly. And that doesn't mean that I'm out there looking for other people, not at all. What it means is I'm constantly making sure that I am the one. I am my one. This is the one that I'm putting um constant, consistent effort in. And my one has met your one, and we are together putting a lot of effort in. But at the same time, like when I was younger, I was in a relationship and I obviously evolved as a human. And at that time, I believed in something called the one. So as I was evolving and changing as a human in my likes and my dislikes, I was stuck in something that was, I thought I had to stay in because of the idea of the one. And actually, that got really, really, really toxic for both myself and the other person. So things happen, but I love you to bits, and there's nothing that can change that right now. And I don't want it to change.
I think I just discovered it might be the one, and that one is yourself. I
Mm.
was thinking,
I said that. That's
yeah,
literally what I just said.
yeah, yeah. I was agreeing. I was listening to you and I was like, yes. And because for me to be able to be in a healthy relationship like this one, it took really a longer dating process with myself, trying to find out
Yeah.
who I am and trying to like start to love myself. And with doing that loving yourself process, this is not like I'm flawless and I'm perfect. It is you understand what your boundaries are, you understand what your needs are,
Yeah.
and then it's very easy then to implement those boundaries and make sure that your needs are met within a relationship. Because um, a very common topic with the people I work with as well is you expect your partner to make you happy. I'm not happy, and well, my partner should make. I'm
Yeah, it's not.
sorry. Your happiness is your relationship.
Yeah.
Your partner can only add.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So it's like a nice bonus, but it's not your salary.
Yeah.
Your salary in terms of happiness should come from your relationship with yourself
Yeah.
and what you are achieving.
And it's so easy to, like, for me, it's so easy to want to give everything to my partner because I care and love you. And it's so much easier for me to do that, give to you. But it's so much harder to give to yourself. It just completely is. So that whole dating yourself, understanding your traumas, the positive sides of yourself, things that you've hidden away, that is a harder dating relationship. And that is one of the ones that you should prioritize before you can start giving. Otherwise, you're just draining yourself dry.
Yeah, it goes back. I just want to add because someone asked a while back, what would be the best advice for someone that's planning to go into dating or back into dating? And it's like heal first,
Yeah, yeah,
and then go. Because if you go with some sort of a undealt trauma or undealt issues, you only gonna sabotage yourself. And again, the only person that's gonna be there accepting that you know the struggling individuals is either going to be someone who's a
exactly.
predator
Yeah,
or someone who is again in a similar position yourself, and that's how you
yeah.
find yourself in destructive toxic relationships.
Can I quickly just add to that?
Yeah.
I would say that if I met you, let's say 3, 4 years ago, me being, the basis of me was the same. 3, 4 years ago, we would not be together at all because I had so many unresolved and unidentified issues. I was going to say objects, there's like another thing. Unidentified issues that I needed to go to therapy for and understand. And the way I was dating reflected those issues in me. So basically, my dating habits were reflective of my trauma. So actually, if I met you 3, 4 years ago when those were unresolved, you and I would have hated each other. We really would have hated each other. Um, I've gone to therapy, I'm continuing that, I've looked at what those are, and now what I've found is someone who complements all the things that I am now aware of, which wouldn't have been the case before.
Completely agree. I went, I guess, for um, all of my dating life from the age of 14, I guess, when you start to 27. um, for me, or 28, doesn't really matter, but it was over a decade where, because of my childhood circumstances, I did not think that I can be loved. So therefore, I didn't think I can love. So I would, even if anything had any sort of resemblance of uh, having to get into a committed relationship with anything, I would immediately sabotage it in order to prevent, someone else leaving me or anything else like that, which I weirdly believed that, oh, there's no one there for me and I can't get attached to people, but I would, it took me a while of, the shadow work to realize that I was scared of obviously myself and everything else. I would just sabotage. So only when I accepted that I am lovable because I found a way to love myself, then weirdly things started working out.